Well, hello everybody, how are you doing today? Hope this video finds you well. Hey, if you would, click that subscribe button, click that like button. Let's move it on. Today, we're going to talk about the fine dining on Disney Cruise Line. Diane and I only have about a little more than a week before we get on the Disney Fantasy. And we've been at all the fine dining restaurants. We're about ready to go to Palo for brunch and Remy for brunch. We're going to discuss all the fine dining restaurants on the Disney Cruise Line fleet. And if you've never been to the fine dining restaurants, I'm going to tell you which ones I think you should check out. Because, hey, we've been to them all. So, without any further ado, let's get the ball rolling. There is no finer place to eat on the Disney Cruise Line than Palo's. Well, I call it Palo's because there's more than one, but it's really Palo. Now, Palo is a northern Italian restaurant that is offered on every one of the Disney cruise ships. They put a little twist on their food. Brunch is a little bit different than dinner. Prices vary for brunch and dinner. Palo brunch brings a flair to Italian cuisine, and an American flair at that. They offer waffles, eggs Benedict. They do have their signature chicken parmesan, which you really got to try. The wild mushroom ravioli is delicious. I like to get that at brunch. I like the waffle. The waffles are delicious. The pancakes are delicious. The one thing I got to say about Palo is we started a tradition from the first time we went to Palo, which was for dinner on the DCL. We got a Bloody Mary. And ever since then, we've been getting Bloody Marys. Now, let me tell you, the Bloody Marys aren't the same across the Disney Cruise Line. They're apparently they have different recipes for the Bloody Marys. There are a couple of different cruise lines, one of them being the Fantasy, one of them being the Magic, where they actually make the Bloody Marys with real tomatoes, and they're really good. And then I've had Bloody Marys that are made with not mixes, but a different type of tomato. So there are some differences there. They don't keep the same recipe across the Disney fleet when it comes to Bloody Marys. For dinner, you're going to look at a little bit more upcharge for that. You can check their website for current price. And I don't want to put price in here because that changes all the time, so why put it out there? But you can check their website for current pricing. But there is an upcharge for brunch, and it's not as much as it is for dinner. The dinner menu is delicious. They have things on the dinner menu that includes pastas, dulces, salads, calamaris, penne breads, pizzas, just Parmesan crusted lambs. They have steaks. They have Angus porterhouse, fried potatoes, wild mushrooms, grilled asparagus. They have spinach, pasta, potatoes, wild mushrooms, whipped Yukon Gold potato puree. That's some good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I've had that before. And their grilled asparagus was delicious too. I love asparagus, so that was delicious. That's something to try at Palo. Now, the brunch, if taking your time and you eat a breakfast selection and then move into lunch, can take an hour and a half, maybe two, to complete the complete brunch. Dinner, the same way. You're looking at least 2 hours to have dinner at Palo. Now, there is a new rule at Palo that you can wear dress shorts to Palo with a button shirt or maybe a nice polo shirt, I would imagine now, to Palo for brunch only. so you can do that, which makes me happy because I love to wear shorts. I don't ever wear pants ever unless I go to Palo or Remy or Enchante. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Palo, you got to get on it. Do the brunch if you can get in it. If you're, maybe a silver member, you'll get lucky. You'll pick up a time slot for brunch. If not, you go for dinner. It's highly worth it. They're on all the Disney cruise ships. On the Magic and the Wonder, the rooms aren't so big, so they don't have as many table offerings. But still, don't stop trying, because the food is really good and the service is excellent. I mean, what can I say? I love to go to the specialty dinings on Disney Cruise Line, because the food is elevated at such a high level that it's hard to find food for that price anywhere outside of Disney Cruise Line. All right, Remy's, which we're going to call Remy, is found only on the Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy within the Disney Cruise Line fleet. Now, this is a French-inspired restaurant that does also serve brunch and dinner. We're going to be going to brunch. This will be the first time I go to brunch at Remy's, so that's going to be a first for me when we go here in less than a couple weeks now. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited. Dress attire is required. They want you to dress in such a manner where you have at least a button-up shirt and pants on to attend dinner or brunch at Remy. The menu is fantastic at Remy. They offer some of the greatest food and presentations that you're going to get on the Disney Cruise Line. I would say this is a little bit more elevated than Palo. The food is a little bit better. It's presented in a way that's a little bit more sophisticated. They do a little bit of wine pairings, drink pairings, a little bit more. When we went last time we're on the Fantasy, which was last April, 1 year ago, we attended Remy for dinner. That dinner was almost 3 hours long, so that's a pretty long time for dinner. But the seats were comfortable, considering my back issue. The seats were comfortable. I was able to sit there without much problem for that amount of time. So yay for that, because some of the seats on the Disney Cruise Line aren't exactly the most comfortable for me, anyways. There are 3 separate dining options that are offered on Remy. Not only do they offer dinner and brunch, they also offer something called the Remy Dessert Experience, something I have not done. So if you've done it and it's worth the experience is worth the price, leave a comment down below and let us know, because I usually get my desserts everywhere else. I don't know if I need more desserts when I'm on the Disney Cruise Line than what I'm already eating, because I literally haven't eaten a dessert since I was on the Disney Magic. I've been on the weight loss drug Moderno, and it seems to be working pretty good. But I'm getting ready to get on the Disney Fantasy, so I'm probably going to gain a few pounds. But maybe not, just depending on how I feel when I get on there, if I want to eat or not. With this drug, it's kind of hit or miss. So Remy French offerings, they have some of the best chefs on the Disney fleet in Remy. All I can say is the experience that Diane and I had on Remy was fantastic. We were celebrating her birthday, and we're going to celebrate her birthday again on this trip through Remy. So, fantastic restaurant, fantastic service. Everything about Remy was top notch. All I can say is, if you haven't done it, it's really worth doing it once, at least once, for both dinner and brunch. I'm assuming brunch is going to be delicious because we haven't eaten brunch there. I'm assuming brunch is going to be just delicious compared to, I mean, if I compare it to what we had for dinner, there's going to be no problem with brunch. So we're looking forward to that. And that is the second fine dining restaurant that is found on the Disney Cruise Line. All right, let's talk about the only solo restaurant on the Disney Cruise Line fleet, Enchante, found only on the Disney Wish. Now this restaurant was very elegant. We ate brunch at Enchante, and they feature exclusive, high-end, high-caliber French cuisine. And when I say high-end, high-caliber, I mean everything about it. From the restaurant, to the seats, to the tables, to the service, to the food, to the presentation, to the drinks. Everything about this experience was I felt like it was very high-end. I felt like I was being pampered. And all I can say is, if you haven't done Enchanté, then it's really worth it. Now, I know there was some bad reviews when the Disney Wish first hit the high seas, but I'm telling you, we're going to have the same thing when the treasure hits. I waited a complete year before I got on the Disney Wish, and I loved it. I wasn't really crazy about the ship design, but we're not going to talk about that here. But as far as the restaurant Enchante, I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought Palo was great on this ship, and it's definitely worth the extra cost for this fine dining restaurant. Now this restaurant does offer a private dining area. So if you're on the Disney Cruise Line for work or maybe an engagement or wedding or anything of a special event where you want to be in a private room, Enchante can definitely fill your needs there. They offer multi-course menus. You get interaction with the head chefs, and you get to sit in a room that has just elegant decor. It's just a beautiful area. I did get to see it. It was nice. You would like it. I don't know what the cost is. I can assure you it's going to be more than Enchante itself. So we will see where we go with Enchante here in the future as the treasure sells out to sea, because I'm assuming that they're going to have Enchante on the treasure as well with Palo. I mean, it only makes sense because it's a sister ship over the Wish, but we'll see. Maybe they'll change it. Who knows? I sure don't know. And you know what? I don't try to guess. I just wait for it to happen because it is what it is. So Enchanté is definitely a restaurant. The dress code at Enchanté is pretty much the same as Remy. If you want to dress up for it, it is a fine dining restaurant that is a little bit upper scale. So you want to be consistent with and dress with the sophistication that they're trying to portray at Enchanté. I know we're on a cruise. I know we're out there in our beach gear and having a good time, and we all smell like coconut. But you know what? We're gonna have to dress up a little bit on some of these restaurants. And Remy and Enchante are two of them that you probably want to go a little bit higher up. Palo, you know, I'm not a dresser-upper, okay? Whatever you want to call it. I don't like to wear ties. I don't like to wear monkey suits. I like to wear t-shirts. I like to wear shorts. I like to wear sandals. That's how I like to dress. You know, I'm retired, so I don't need to dress up unless I'm going to a wedding or I'm going to an unfortunate funeral. Then I'll put on a dress shirt and pants. But I hardly ever wear a sports coat because A, I don't even own a sports coat. I live in South Texas. I don't even wear coats down here. No, I own one coat and I haven't worn it but once in 3-4 years, I think. The one time I could have worn it, we're in Mexico on the Disney Magic this past year. It froze down here for 2 days. But nope, we're in Mexico when it all happened. So that was a good thing for us. So back to Enchanté, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to get me going off on a tangent here. But dress to impress when you go to Enchanté. Reservations are required, ladies and gentlemen. Enchanté is a pretty popular restaurant. Again, this is the advantage of silver, gold, platinum, pearl. You know, the higher up the chain you go, the more songs you have, the better your opportunity is to get into these restaurants, especially for brunch. If you're not at least gold, I don't think you're going to get a brunch at any of these restaurants, to be honest with you. There's a possibility. One thing you can do is if you're selling with somebody that is gold, they can book it and take you along. So that's one thing you can do. Diane and I, we for some reason when we got on the Disney Dream, I was lucky enough to get us Palo for dinner. I don't know how that happened. That was our first cruise, and I don't know how we got to Palo for dinner, but we did. And from that point forward, we've eaten at every fine restaurant on every cruise that we go on. We're in Disney Magic, Disney Wonder, Disney Dream, the Disney Fantasy, and the Disney Wish. And soon to be the Disney Treasure sometime in April 2025. I don't even know the date, but that's when we're scheduled to be out there. So that'll be a fun trip. We're looking forward to that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so, please click that subscribe button, click that like button, and make sure you go check out these fine dining restaurants because there are some special. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. I'm going to like it. Drink a Bloody Mary for me. Until next time, we'll see you again. Hug somebody you love.